Hello, welcome to the Pitchy Podcast. We're your hosts, James
and Stephanie.
Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we are passionate about good music and a great vocal. We'll use the vehicle of NBC's The Voice to give you our take on each contestant. We'll give you our feedback on their voice and overall performance. Here on the Pitchy Podcast, we'll always keep it 100 with our critiques of each contestant's vocal and overall performance. But what we're never here to do is come for anyone's character or any contestant as a human being. Now, we may come off a little pitchy at times, if you know what I mean, but we'll always speak our truths with love, kindness, and respect. And with that, let's go ahead and get started with our first night of the playoffs, Stephanie.
Oh my God.
I can't believe we are here. Well, first of all, happy Thanksgiving Eve.
Yes.
I just want to send a special happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
And yours.
And happy Thanksgiving to everyone tuning into the Pitchy Podcast.
Yes.
We hope that you will enjoy this episode and not let your family drive you too crazy tomorrow.
Listen, put it in your ears if you need to. Like I sometimes do. I'll put something on in my ears when my kids are scattered around going crazy. So let us accompany you on your travels to your destination or away from, or put us in your ears and tune in during your dinner or your time with your family if need be, but hopefully everyone does have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. It's all about being over the river and through the woods.
Come on.
And with that, let's go ahead and jump right in because I know we got a lot to talk about with our playoff round. This playoff round was very special and very unique, and we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit later when we introduce one of the contestants for the playoff round. But I think we should first mention who the playoff round was featuring, what coach the playoff round was featuring, and then jump right into the actual performances themselves. What do you say about that, Steph?
Sure. So tonight's episode 1 of the playoffs, or night 1 of the playoffs, featured Team Niall. In the upcoming episodes, what I've gathered is that Monday night we will have Team Gwen and Team Reba, and then on Tuesday we will have Team Legend. So tonight was all Team Niall, and boy, did they deliver.
You know, there was a common, I wouldn't say theme, but common phrase used, like Niall and everyone else was like, now, how are you ever going to make a decision?
Yes.
Because in the playoff rounds, you all, they actually narrow it down from 6 of the singers down to 3, right?
Yes.
So how could he ever choose? Because he had, who did he have?
So we had Nini Iris, Claudia B, Huntley, Mara, Alexa, and our super save. Should we reveal who our super save was?
Let's go ahead and do it. That's the twist this season. They always throw a little twist in there every season of The Voice. So they actually had the option to bring back anyone from any team for the playoff rounds. And so who did Niall bring back? Which I actually am not surprised at all.
Right. So Niall chose to bring back Julia Roome. Our 13-year-old whiz kid.
Schooler.
Yes.
Our 13-year-old powerhouse who brought the house down with Sia in the knockouts. And I remember when Stephanie and I were talking about baby girl, we were like, she can't go home.
Right.
She just sang the stuff out of Sia.
Yes.
And so I was so happy to see her come back come back to us and give it one more go.
Yes.
And boy, did she deliver. Okay, so who did we have first?
So first up was Nini Iris, and she came in singing some River by Bishop Briggs. Woo!
Nini are one of our residents, I like to say tsunami singers. This song, when they announced it, I said, you know what, this is perfect for Nini.
Yes.
I said, this song, you have got to have some chutzpah, as they say, to sing this song. The thing is that I just adore about Niall is he is such a fantastic coach. If you all really listened, he was giving Nini some incredible little tweaks that when I watched this performance, she took every note. You can tell she is a student of vocal delivery and presence, and she took all of Niall's little notes because everyone knows that Nini's going to sing it down regardless, right?
Yes.
But he said, you know what, Nini, when you come in, sing it straight. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Like, and then I was like, yes, Niall, yes, yes, yes. Niall knows there has to be a beginning, a middle, and an end for a song like River, okay? And let me tell you, Steffi's going crazy because she knows exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm sure she had the same note. Nini, she had us from the first note. First of all, she looked like a superstar.
Yes.
She looked like a superstar. She sounds like a superstar, and she has the presence of a superstar.
Yes.
I loved that she went somewhere with the song.
Yes.
That she didn't just come out the gate where, as if we've seen incredible performances of River.
Yes.
There was one contestant a few years back before we started doing the Pitchy podcast who did one of the greatest renditions of this song. In fact, my old college roommate knows her because he was in the national tour of Jesus Christ Superstar with her, but that's a whole nother story. But I'm saying all that to say, if Nini, I was thinking this last night, Steph, I said, if Nini used this as a audition piece, she would not take the approach Niall was giving.
Right.
Because you have a shorter amount of time and you got to come out the gate roaring, so to speak.
Right.
But Niall was like, basically, he didn't say this, but he basically was saying, take your time with it, let it grow, and then by the end, just let them have it. Nini it by the end. I'm gonna change her name into a verb. Nini it by the end, and boy, girl, did she ever. Like, it was like, I was like holding on to my couch by the end of that performance.
Right.
Nini, there was something that she did that I know she had done in previous performances, but I really noticed at this time that those flips into her head voice, like where she would just like, da. I can't do it because my voice is shot right now, but she would do these flips into the head voice that were just spot on.
Yeah.
Incredible delivery. And my word for the day is going to be, and I've used this word before, is nuance. Everything she did was nuance from start to finish.
Yes.
She took us on a journey with that song, and by the end, she was giving us runs. She was hollering. She was all over the stage in a good way, and she put her stamp on it.
Yes,
she put her on it, and was like, boom, that was a mic drop performance. Nini, brava, young lady. That was incredible. Steph.
Incredible show opening. Like, you couldn't have asked for a better artist and song combo to begin this playoffs. It was so incredible. Absolutely incredible. Nini has this really cool texture to her voice in the way that she sings, in the way that she articulates her phrases. It's so cool. I don't know a better way to describe it, but when you hear her sing, you know it's her. I was just saying, come on, Choice, through the whole thing, because you're right. She really did listen to what Niall said, and what Niall said was brilliant. Like, sing it straight and then throw in those runs that she does, and then throw in the dynamics, and then throw in the upper range insanity that you do. Like, give us a story, give us a full song, a beginning, middle, and end. I was hearing Lady Gaga vibes in her voice. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Just
the outfit was almost Gaga, right?
Yes, absolutely. I heard a little bit of Christina at the end with the grit and the power and the runs. this is the round of the show, y'all, when we're upping the quality a little bit. We see more band, we see more production. We even saw some BGVs on the stage, which I loved because by the end, she let the BGVs sing the chorus, and she was, what she was doing over top of what the BGVs were doing was so brilliant. And just another layer to her performance. Like it felt like such a well-rounded performance altogether. It was phenomenal.
It was complete.
It was a complete performance. Perfect. Yes. That's all I can say. I was so hyped after that performance. Like
you know, Steph, that's one of those songs where you're like,
yes. Like you just want to conquer the world after that song. Yes. It was phenomenal. Go ahead, Nini.
Yeah, you better sing. You better sing, young lady. That was crazy.
Yes.
Nini said, boom. Now follow that.
That's right.
All right, great. So with this round, you all, Niall actually did not make the decision until the very end. So we'll reveal once we get through actually all of the critiques.
That's right.
And then we'll talk how Niall went with this one. So who was next?
So next up was Claudia B, and she sang Talking to the Moon by Bruno Mars.
First of all, I love this is one I love this season. Let me tell you why I love this season, because they're picking songs that aren't normally done.
Right.
You know,
right.
Silk Sonic, when that dropped, you know, how many people have done Leave the Door Open? They've done Skate, they've done Leave the Door Open, they've done over the years, they've done different Bruno Mars songs, but this song is not done that often, and it's one of Bruno's ballads, and I just love Claudia B. There is something about, I figured out what it is. I was thinking about this today, Claudia, and I was like, what is it that just makes me melt every time I hear you sing? It's not even so much how you start a phrase, Claudia, it is how you end a phrase. When your vibrato comes in, I'm like a puddle of mush. Like it's just so lovely.
Yes.
It is so velvety. It is so just, like, you lower my blood pressure, young lady. Like, it's just, it's so just chill.
Yes.
But there is an intensity to it, and there is an intention behind it. You are an extremely intentional singer, and this is another reason why I love you. Everything you do is intentional.
Yes.
And it appears effortless, and that makes you, to me, one of the top singers of this season. Claudia B, the Pitchy podcast, are huge fans. I had to go back and listen to this more than once, because I was like, you know, what is it? Because it's Claudia B again, right? It's no Claudia B and her piano. It's no, like people I think were so blown away by the Norah Jones the week prior or the round prior that it was just Claudia B and the band.
Yeah.
Claudia, like you were one of those singers that in the nicest and sweetest of ways, you still grab me by my collar and you still pull me in.
That's right.
And I am transfixed by you as an artist. Like I'm just like I want to come to your shows.
Oh yeah.
Somebody said that you are a singer. I think it was Winona or someone said in the previous round that you are a singer, and you are. And I am just a student of not even so much your voice, because your voice is all you, and I would never want anyone to duplicate it, but I'm a student of your phrasing and your intentionality and your musicianship.
Yes.
As John said, you are an incredible musician.
Yes.
Incredible. And I just loved it. I loved everything about this performance. It was intimate. You didn't give us, like, it didn't need to be a big bombastic number. You didn't have to belt. You didn't
Right.
have to. It was just so beautiful. It was
Yes.
incredible singing. Stephanie.
Ooh, my alto heart was happy.
Yeah.
My alto heart was happy because she was in that chest voice with that
Yeah.
richness. And then that, like you said, her vibrato at the end, she got soul in her throat, James. And that's
Oh,
what you
it's just
hear
all
at the end.
through it.
You hear at the end of her phrases what you hear some of our favorite soul singers singing. It's like that. It's the Joss Stone in her voice. It's that same effect that, like, I can't even do it, but it's, yes, it's
Like that. It was just, I can't
I
even
call,
imitate it. But
yeah, it's like,
it's got like a smokiness to it.
it's like a nasally rich vibrato. If that
Yeah.
makes sense, listen to the end of
Yeah.
Claudia's phrases and you will hear it. It's just the soul in her throat that just comes dripping out. And that's what I know touches me and makes me love it. The arrangement. Can we talk about that? This was Claudia B's arrangement. This was her vision. I was checking out, going through Instagram, and I happened upon a post from her today, and she thanked Paul for helping to see her vision for this song because it was just so lovely, and that's what she was looking
Gorgeous.
for, like the strings in the arrangement.
Oh, when the strings came in.
Yes. It
I
was
must say.
it literally was, and I think this is what she said she was going for, like just the most beautiful arrangement of this song. And that's what it was. It was light, it was airy, it was just really, really gorgeous. Claudia is the come on choice nuance
Yeah.
queen.
Yeah.
Y'all really got to listen to the choices
You
that
have
she's
to.
doing and the nuances in the melodic choices that she's made. There were a couple times, like you can ask my husband, there were a couple times where we were sitting on the couch watching and she did a choice and I went, I was just like, oh.
Yeah.
Because that's how surprising they are. That's how perfect they are. I don't know what else to say. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful.
It was mesmerizing.
Yes.
That's what it was. Like, I just was like,
Yes.
and that happens, like, Claudia, that happens every time you sing. I'm
Yes.
just like, you just have this anointing on your voice. I told Stephanie before, like this anointed voice,
Yes.
like, and it's just so it is art. It is
Yes.
art coming out of your mouth.
Yes.
Out of your throat, as
Out
we
of your
like to
throat.
say. That was so beautiful. Okay. So who's next, Stephanie?
Up next was Huntley.
Oh, y'all don't stop.
Oh, Huntley sang Daylight by David Kushner.
You don't stop. Team Niall does not stop.
No.
It's just performance after performance after performance.
Yeah.
I was telling Stephanie this morning when we did a little debrief. I said, you know what? Huntley, his voice is frightening. It is. I said it is frightening in the best way.
Yes.
Because Huntley, you are such, number one, an amazing technician.
Yes.
But you also have this sound that it almost like attacks.
Mm-hmm.
But it is also like, it's like a sneak attack almost. Like, it's almost intimidating.
Yeah.
Because it's so amazing. And you're just like, and I call it frightening and terrifying.
It's that reverence word, like you were listening that you said last week. Like,
Yeah.
it's not frightening in an afraid way. It's a frightening in like, he makes you listen to him. Like there's a
I'm
reverence.
frozen. Like
yes.
Every time you sing, I can't move, Huntley. Like, seriously, I'm frozen. And then my mouth is like, what just happened? What just happened? Like, you're I'm gonna call you Iceman. You are smooth as ice. Like, you freeze me, bruh. Like, you really, really do. Like, I am just frozen because of the sounds that are coming out of your throat.
Yeah.
And you do it with such gusto, and you do it with such passion.
Yes.
And you do it with such feeling. Like,
Yes.
it's just so amazing. You remind me of the great progressive singers of the 90s. You remind me of a Kurt Cobain. You remind me of the lead singer of Sublime. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. you remind me of like, oh gosh, like I need you to sing Black Hole Sun. Like if you sang that song on this show, it'd be over for me. Done, finished. Give him the trophy. If you sing Black Hole Sun, I'm just gonna put it out there because I know the lives are coming up, dude.
Yes,
If you sing that song, it's done. That's like my
absolutely.
favorite song from like one of my favorite songs from the '90s. If you sing that song, bro, I'm done. I'm done. There are a few songs that some of these artists, and Huntley, you're one of them. Like if you do that one, it's
Yeah.
over, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, it touched my heart. I can see that you are you're a girl dad. Like,
Yeah.
and I know you got a daughter and a son, but what you said about your daughter and how your daughter sings this song,
Yeah.
and to see the humanity and what you brought to this, because you've been apart from your kids
Yeah.
for, would you say, 2-3 months? Like
Yeah.
insane. Like I
Yeah.
can't even imagine. And so is the life of an entertainer, of
That's
someone in the
right.
industry. I mean, that's why so many relationships suffer,
Yeah.
because there's so much sacrifice that goes into it. And that's what I hear in your voice. I hear the sacrifice
Yeah.
in your voice, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It is frightening. It is amazing. It is beautiful. It is monstrous.
Yes.
It has me shooketh and I'm frozen. That was spectacular. Dude, I don't think that you can top yourself every week, and you just do,
Yeah.
because you just bring another level,
Yeah.
another level of just commitment, another level of depth
Yes.
to your performance.
Yes.
I can't get enough. Huntley, just sing. Just keep singing.
Please.
You can sing the dictionary, dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, he just continues to challenge himself. The beginning of this song started really low, way lower than I've heard him sing before.
Great
And
Note by Niall, right? What do you say? I think you should take it a half step up. Great Note by
yes,
Niall. Because I think if
great
it was
note.
a half step lower, Niall was right on the money, and I
That's
loved
right.
it.
That's
Loved it.
right. When I listened to it in my good ears, I was like, every note is on point in that lower range, but it was very significant to me because I had not heard him sing that low before.
Right.
But there was also a portion in the middle of the song where like his voice went up higher than I had heard before, and I didn't think he was going that high as the song was moving along, and it was like, ooh, like that was money too. Like there is nothing your voice can't do. I've said this of Huntley before, and I'll say it again to make the point even more so. There is the quality and the texture and the sound of his voice should make me suspect of the authenticity of his voice, because it is so specific and it is so gritty and powerful, and it should sound, I should be suspect, right? I really should be. I'm never, from day one, I have not been, because number one, it has been his voice consistently. He has not gone in and out of it, right? But most of it has to do with who I see on the stage as a human being. I see the vulnerability, I see the humanity, I see the passion, I see the feeling, I see him. So that just makes everything about him as a performer and an artist that much more spectacular. And it makes me want to root for him that much more, because someone with his voice and his heart needs to be a huge star. They need to be on the radio. As Niall said a million times last night, his voice is needed in the industry. It really is. So
what did Gwen say? If I had a record label, dude, you be on it.
I said, well, get one.
Right.
That's what I said. I said, well, get one, because his voice needs to be heard.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Incredible performance, Huntley.
Ooh, captivating, dude.
Ooh, captivating. That's the word. That's the word. He was so, he demanded you to watch him because you could not, once you set your eyes on him, couldn't take him off.
It's your secret weapon, dude.
Yes, it is.
Frozen.
Oh, Frozen.
All
Absolutely.
right. Smooth as ice.
Yes.
All right. So who is our next contestant?
Our next contestant was our super save. I was very interested with where they placed our super save, that they didn't have him at the top of the show,
Nope.
not at the bottom of the show. Right smack dab in the middle was Julia Roome, and she sang True Colors by Cyndi Lauper.
One of my favorite songs of like all time. And I
Yeah.
was like, wow. I said, you know, they really are like, I've seen it especially, like I've seen the level of difficulty in previous seasons with say a Kelly or a John with the song choices that
Yeah.
they chose for the contestants.
Yes.
But like I think like Gwen and Niall this season, like they're really, really giving up the highest level of
Yes.
difficulty. This song is so difficult
Yeah.
to emote.
Mm-hmm.
It is a very, very difficult song. And I was like, oh, she's our resident 13-year-old middle schooler,
Right.
8th grader. Which my mind is still blown with that. And I was like, how is she going to? But then I was like, this is Julia we're talking about. Okay.
Right.
This is, remember what she did the last round. There's a reason why she is back.
Come on.
Okay. And I just loved what she did with the song. I think that as she gets older, the meaning of the song is going to change for her, and it's going to, like, her delivery will evolve.
Yeah.
And, but the way she emoted, the way she chose, the way she has a mastery of the different levels of her voice at 13 years old is mind-boggling to me.
Right.
I just don't like it. I just don't understand that she has that, and it's innate. Like it is just it. I think this is just her gift.
I think so too.
Because she's doing things you can't be taught, or she's doing things that you're taught, but you also learn through years of experience.
There you go.
And I'm just like, I'm sure she has a story, because there's a story coming out of every time she sings. I was like, I don't even know what your story is. Not even so much who hurt you or what, because you hear that in some singers, like, oh, who hurt you?
Right.
Or you could tell that person's really been in love. Like something like that, right?
Right.
But no, like there is, I'm trying to think of the best way to say this, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
There is I don't hear innocence in her voice that I do with young, very young singers.
Right.
I hear like she's already lived a life.
Right.
And I'm just like, she's 13.
Right.
And we don't get to see everything, but she's 13 and she looks like she's your typical middle schooler.
Yeah.
You know, she's an incredible skier and all these things and doing some great things. But then when she sings, it is 100% like she can hang with any of the singers of this season. And that, in my opinion, is saying so much.
That's right.
Because a lot of them are old enough to be her parents.
That's right. It's insane.
I'm still blown away. I'm still just like, I can't compute.
Yeah, me neither.
Because this is the second week in a row, or second round in a row.
Yes. Like, what did we just watch?
Like, she can't be 13. It's impossible.
That's right.
She looks like a middle schooler, right?
No, she absolutely.
They don't dress her up to look like.
No, she looks appropriate. She looks beautiful. They don't make her look older. None of that. It's almost that she's naive of the situation that she's in, because there's no fear. She is up there she's up there singing like she's singing in her bedroom. There's no fear. There's just complete freedom up on that stage. even in the way she was singing the beginning half that was more quiet, I could hear her breath. I could hear there was no trying to project. She was singing at the level that she wanted to sing, to bring the nuance and the softness that she wanted. And it's like she trusted her mic to do to pick up what she was doing. And I was just like, you're not scared at all, man. Like, you're not scared at all. When she got to the...
I got to say this about Julia. I got to say this. Julia, young lady, don't let your growing up change who you are.
That's right.
Like, as an artist.
That's right.
Just let it organically happen.
Yes.
Because I don't want you to change anything about the way you sing and the way you deliver, because you're already ready. You're already there.
That's
and
right.
Sometimes life, and you'll see this when you get to high school. Sometimes life can I don't know, redirect or repurpose and for good and bad things.
Yeah.
I just always stay true to that beautiful gift that you have, because
Absolutely.
it is so special.
Absolutely. Once she got to the back half, she snapped. She had like a mini snap session. Like, it was just like, she just let it go. And when she lets her, the coolest thing about her is that her quiet is so captivating, but the power in her voice is just as captivating too. Like, it's
like they were like, you could tell they were just sitting there like
how is this happening? How? What I wish, though, and this is not Julia. It's the arrangement of the song was a little bit interesting to me. The arrangement of the song felt like a conveyor belt. It felt like it was trying to push the song quicker than what I wanted it to. And I think
like you want to get too much stuff in.
Yeah, I felt like her vocal was doing a great job managing what the instrumentation was trying to do. But I was just kind of like, all right, band, y'all need to slow up a little bit. I felt like it was just take your time. Yeah, and I think that some of that too is the song and them wanting to get in as much of the song as possible so that she could try to tell that story within the 2 minutes that they were given or whatever it was.
Right.
But I thought that Julia was absolutely phenomenal. I thought it was brilliant. The wisdom in her singing is beyond her years. It really is.
Incredible job. And we were so happy to see you back, Julia.
Yes.
You needed another chance to show.
Yes.
All right. So who do we have next?
Oh, geez. We have our sneak peek. We got a sneak peek. Yesterday afternoon. It was Mara Justine. She sang "You've Got the Love" by Florence and the Machine.
Mara, like, seriously, like the snappage of it all. The back half of that song, what you were doing. I loved Mara, like, because the voice stayed laser focused and laser precise.
Yes.
But what you were doing when you were walking around and working the stage, it was mad. Like, it was just spectacular. Like, I just was just like, and it was just the little things, like the this and that, the this, and it was like this, but the voice didn't waver. The voice wasn't affected. You stole it, sis. I was telling Stephanie, I said, you stole it. You came and took our lunch money.
Yes.
You stole it.
Yes.
And you walked away and you were like, almost like, what happened?
It was a snap and snatch.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Snatch.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Straight up.
That was the shizzle, okay? Straight up. That was the shizzle. I'm not going to cuss because it's a family show, but it was. I was like, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, Mara is undeniable. She gave us, in my opinion, the first undeniable performance of the night.
Yeah.
Where it doesn't matter how it went down with who Niall was going to pick. But Mara said, like, you gotta pick me.
You gonna pick me.
That was that.
That was that. You gonna pick me on today.
Mara,
On today.
I loved, again, one thing that I have really seen this season is, kind of like what is like the pitfalls of some previous seasons where Stephanie and I, especially Stephanie, has said, be careful that when you choose or pick a song, that if it gets too emotional, you don't want to let it get away from you. No.
Yes.
I've seen so much this season where they've actually used it to their benefit.
Yes.
It actually used that it was very method.
Yes.
As they say.
Yes.
Like they used it to their benefit. Really what they're going through in life, and Mara, you were like a prize fighter.
Yes.
And then you just snapped, and then it was like KO. Now, not technical knockout. That was a knockout.
Yeah.
Right hook.
Yeah.
Knockout. Mara, that was so, so good. The way you expressed yourself.
Yes.
The way you just worked the stage. The way you gave us a beginning, middle, and end. It was a perfect performance.
Yeah.
Wow. I'm still wowed. Stephanie?
Do you remember what we said in our offline conversation about when it got real quiet and when her face got really emotional? Do you remember what we called that part of her performance?
What did we call it?
We called it the F cancer part of her performance.
Yes. Yep.
Because that's what she was looking into that camera.
Let me tell you something, sis. As someone who has gone through what you are going through right now with your mother, and I went through it with my mother, and because in anyone that's been through that with a relative or someone close, to see them battle this horrific disease that you wouldn't wish on your worst nightmare. I mean, your worst enemy. Excuse me.
Yeah.
You said, "F you, cancer. I'm gonna sing you into remission."
Yes. Yeah.
And that's why people say F cancer. Like, because like seriously, because if anyone's ever gone through, somebody that's gone through cancer knows how just devastating it is, and how literally it is a fight like you've never seen somebody fight before. And you on the outside look just hopeless.
Yeah.
So yeah. Thank you for reminding me of that, Stephanie. I sure did, because you were like, I'm gonna attack you. I'm gonna kill you, cancer. I'm gonna take everything in my little petite body in me, and I'm gonna kill you.
And like the more that I think about the back end of her performance, the more emotional I get about it, because it was like she was fighting. Like all the movements that she was making.
Her mother,
she was fighting and standing in the gap and head tossing and kneeling, and all that passion and all that fight was for her mom.
Yeah.
And it just was so powerful. You were not now. I don't know. I don't know if Mara was who you walked in thinking that you were going to save. And so she told you. She demanded to go through. She did. She demanded to go through. Her voice, I wrote down that she has a seasoned voice. Yes. Like the texture and the intentionality behind her vocal and musical and melodic choices are just seasoned beyond her years, as well as her presence on that stage. Again, there is no fear. And lastly, I'll say, kind of just to button it up, she was up there. It was like she was up there singing for her life. Yeah. But she was singing for her life, her family's life. She was making a declaration. Yeah. It was so beautiful and so powerful.
Mara, I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Broadway / who became a huge R&B star, Stephanie Mills. Stephanie Mills played Dorothy in the original cast of The Wiz. And Stephanie Mills is probably like 4'9".
Bitty thing.
Okay. And you are a very petite young lady. Mara, when you sing, I feel like I'm looking up at you.
Listen.
Like, you look like you're
Absolutely.
10 feet tall.
She could sing the walls down.
Like, seriously, like, I'm just like,
Yes.
this woman's 10 feet tall. But then when I come back to reality, I was like, no, she is a tiny, tiny, tiny young lady who just has this presence of
Yes.
someone who's 6'5".
That's right.
It's crazy.
Crazy.
Crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Mara, incredible, incredible performance.
Oh, so good.
Woo. All right, so who was our last contestant of the evening? Oh,
last up was Alexa Wildish. And she sang Fields of Gold by
She sang your
Sting.
song, Steph.
Oh my goodness. But I told James, this song had been in my heart since last week. After Noah sang oh God, I forget what the song is called, but it was by the Steel Drivers. And there was a line in that song about walking through fields of cotton. It reminded me of, for some reason, Fields of Gold. I guess the whole fields theme or whatever.
Right.
So I love this song so much. I heard this song a million times growing up as a kid. And it just holds a really special place in my heart. So it was kind of on my heart. And when they said that Alexa was singing Fields of Gold, I literally slipped off the couch. You can ask my husband. I was just like, you have got to be kidding me.
She's the one to do it. She's the one to do it.
Beautiful.
It was just quintessential Alexa.
Yeah.
Quintessential Alexa. Alexa, your voice is of another era.
Yes.
It just is of another era. And I don't know if I just wish more people appreciated, not the judges, excuse me, not the coaches.
Right.
I just wish more people who tuned into this show. I know a lot of people appreciate your voice, but I'm going to be selfish for you. I think everyone should appreciate your voice the way Pitchy Podcast appreciates your voice.
Yes.
Because your voice is of an era that needs to be heard again.
Yes.
It needs to be studied. It needs to be not duplicated, but it needs to be brought back.
Yeah.
Because your voice is so, so special. Mm-hmm. Your delivery is so, so special. Mm-hmm. You take every song. I can see that you take every song and you are so gentle. Mm-hmm. You are so intentional. Mm-hmm. And you are a student of that song.
Yeah. Yes.
And I just have a feeling, I have an inkling, I could be wrong, but I just have a feeling like you take a song and you are the type of singer that will like practice a word.
Yeah.
One lyric. Not even a phrase.
Right.
Practice one word of a phrase of a song. Until it sounds exactly where you need it to sound and want it to sound. And that's what I love about you. Also, you always know where your voice is going, and you have the utmost, I think, respect for your voice. Mm-hmm. And you are always headed in the right direction with your voice and your overall delivery. It was so beautiful. So, so beautiful. You're another one who I just like the ends of your phrases when your vibrato comes in. It's just, woo, I sit there and shake my head every time. I say, she's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
Stephanie?
Well, I just kind of gave you an intro to how I felt about the song. By the end of the song, I didn't even really realize it. But by the end of the song, I had 2 tears dripping down my face. Mm-hmm. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, nobody emotes like Alexa.
No.
Because just as you said, there is intentionality behind every single word that she sings. Word. Coupled with the sheer pureness of her voice. Like, if I were ever really sick, God forbid, I would want Alexa to sing over me.
Yes.
Because I feel like the purity of her voice, along with the intentionality of every word that she's saying, I feel like her voice could help to heal me.
It's a healing voice.
It's a healing
Stephanie,
voice.
you hit the nail on the head with that one. It is a healing voice.
Yes. The way that she uses dynamics is spectacular. Like, just everything is so thought out. There's so much passion behind every word that she sings.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say. It was just beautiful. You know, I love me an acoustic guitar.
Oh, of course.
So the whole performance just had me in my feels. It was beautiful.
There's also I think, I'm pretty sure this is the right word. There's also a mysteriousness around her voice.
Yeah.
Like, it's a very mysterious voice.
Yeah.
Like, because it's so, she does these hushed things.
Come on.
That you almost have to lean forward, like,
listen,
wow.
listen.
But it's hushed, but it's intense. Crazy. Crazy.
It's beautiful.
Woo! Awesome job, Alexa.
What a night. What a night of singing.
What a night.
Okay.
Now you could tell Niall was hurting. He was like, oh my Lord, what am I going to do?
Like, seriously. Yeah.
But he had to, Carson said, okay, now let's go.
Yeah. Time to make some cuts.
And I was, frankly, I'm going to be honest with you, Stephanie, I was shocked, but not shocked, because I gave in my head, and I'm not going to say it because you're going to announce it. I gave in my head 2 scenarios. I said it's going to be this person, this person, this person.
Yeah.
And then I took out one person and I inserted another person.
Yeah.
But 2 I knew were going through. Yeah. But then I took out one person and inserted another person. And it went my second way. Okay. Because I had to remember all the performances. Yeah. So Stephanie, you want to go ahead and announce what order? Yes. I called it in, even though I don't think it has anything to do with how good or whatever. Right. But everyone showed up and showed out. Yes. Yeah. So first person to move through was Huntley. Absolutely. So Absolutely. Happy. Yeah. I can't, you know what? And I know that there are some things that the production and the editing and the sound people do. I cannot wait to hear this man's voice live, because Huntley, I have a good friend. I don't know if I said this in the last Pitchy podcast episode, last time you sent. I have a good friend who is in the performing arts, who lives in Fredericksburg, who saw a showcase that you did. And she said, you ain't seen nothing yet. So I cannot wait to hear you live, who was at that showcase in Fredericksburg. So dude, I'm just geeked about hearing you live. Yeah. Huntley, congratulations, sir. Yes. All right, who they call next?
Nini Iris.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course. Nini said, look, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going to the lives. That's another one. That's another scary voice that I can't wait to hear. Like, is the voice as good live as it is recorded? Yes. I have a feeling both of their voices are nuts. Now, this last one, I was like, well, if Nini is going through, somebody can't go through. But then I remembered. And Stephanie and I had been alluding to this all episode, that Mara, she stole it. She stole it.
And snatch.
Snap and snatch. She stole it. She stole our milk money, our lunch money, or whatever. Yep. Well, she robbed our house because she's going to the next round. That's right. Mara was like, I am going. Dadgummit, I am going.
I'm going.
And that to me was a shocker, because I think Alexa specifically was a huge front runner in this season. Yeah. So that was actually a shocker. Mm-hmm. But let me just tell you, Alexa, Claudia, and Julia, you all should be more than proud. Yes. Yes. Because this pound for pound has been one of the most amazing seasons of this show. They're even saying it. The show's
Yes.
even saying it, that there's
Yes.
something about the singers this season. I don't know
That's right.
what it is.
That's right.
So you three ladies should be so proud
That's right.
that you came this way, that you
That's
came this
right.
far.
Yes, there were
And
no
we're gonna
bad
miss
performances.
all three of you dearly.
Yes.
Dearly. All three of you are some of our favorite singers of the season.
That's right.
So I'm just like, it's going to be weird not seeing
Yeah.
those three young ladies.
Yeah.
It's going to be very strange.
Yeah, there were no weak performances in this first playoff episode.
And Stephanie and I have been alluding to this. Like, it's going to just get more and more difficult from here on out for us.
I know.
That we're just going to get our feelings hurt because
I need counseling after this.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
It's counseling after the season.
Well, Stephanie, I gotta get my cooking on, and I know you are in the middle of your preparations for the holiday. So
that's right.
We just want to thank you all for an awesome episode.
Yeah.
Niall, if you watch, dude, those were impossible choices.
That's right.
But honestly, Niall, you could have chosen any of the 6.
That's right.
You could have chosen any of the 6.
That's right.
That's how strong your team is, sir. And I know you know this, but
yes.
We want to thank you all always for tuning in.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you all next week for a huge round of playoffs with the other three coaches. So
yes.
Stephanie, tell them what they need to hear.
All right. So don't forget to follow and subscribe to the Pitchy Podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you can be the first to know when we drop a new episode. Also, check us out on YouTube. Search for the Pitchy Podcast and hit that subscribe button so you know when we drop a new episode. And last, don't forget to follow us on Instagram at the Pitchy Podcast for new episode alerts, episode clips, and so much more.
And Stephanie, I want to send a special shout out to you and to me that we have reached 500 followers.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I know it doesn't sound like a lot, you all, and you're like, oh, I'm like 6 million.
Yeah.
Okay. But you know what? We are the little podcast that could.
Yeah.
And we are proud of our 500 followers.
Because nobody's bought. No. Anybody that is our follower has chosen to follow us, and that means the world to us. That you would take a couple seconds or take some time to watch our content and to enjoy, and that's what we're here for. So we are so really grateful for that. Absolutely.
All right. Well, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We'll see you next week, and enjoy your holiday season.
Bye-bye.